Hey folks, it's JG, and today I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm going to be quitting Raid Shadow Legends for now, and I'm going to try to do this all in one take. I don't really feel like editing today, but just wanted to give a quick explanation of why and what I'm going to be doing next. Why I got into Raid in the first place, in the winter at the start of 2022, I was just having some seasonal depression and struggling in a couple ways, and had one night where I was just having a lot of unhelpful thoughts and I didn't really want to do very much, but decided, okay, I'm going to download a new game, and I want a game that I'm going to get really addicted to, so that it can fill up my brain with thoughts about this game, which will be better than having my brain full of thoughts that are unhelpful or self-destructive or things like that. And so I picked out Raid. It looked like a good candidate for being addictive, and it turned out it was. The first few months I had a lot of fun. Definitely spent a lot of time thinking about it and making plans about it. And I don't know if that's necessarily the very best thing for my mental health, but at the time it felt like it was definitely better than the alternative. And so I've had a good run of most of the year playing Raid and really enjoying it quite a bit. But honestly, I've gotten to the point lately where it feels more like a chore than a game. The time that I'm putting into it is not on par with the amount of fun that I'm getting out of it. And the reasons for that are things that I've really talked about before, but I think Raid doesn't have a very rich end game right now, and so I have to do the dailies every day and spend my energy, but every day is really just like the previous day. There's this rotating set of events and tournaments, but they all have the same structure. They might give rewards in slightly different ways, or there'll be a fragment event for a champion that so you're getting a champion instead of getting regular rewards. But all you're ever doing is taking teams that you've already built and running them on auto battle. And so, especially as I approached the end game, the amount of time I spent rebuilding teams was really low. I pretty much had covered most of the content, and so every day was just rerunning teams that I'd already built and not really making any changes and not really doing anything new or fun or innovative. And so, although I had some areas to grow, pushing into a slightly higher dungeon level or a little further in faction wars or further in Hydra or to the top of Hard Doom Tower, that's about all that I had left to do. And it both took a long time to make those steps up. I realized that I'd have to acquire and level up multiple legendaries to get there. And in the meantime, it was just 4 to 6 hours of grinding every day. And so, after my last vacation, just decided I'm done with that. I should drop another game that was feeling pretty similar to me, and trying to find some things that hopefully give me a little bit more satisfaction for the time that I'm putting into them. No great amount of hate for Raid here, although I'm going to give a little repeat of some of my feedback there. But basically got to a point in the end game where it didn't feel like there was enough left to do. So really this comes back to some of the things that I've mentioned before, which is the game takes a lot of time, there's not enough variability in the content that once you get into the end game, every day looks the same. And I think that's the core thing that they need to fix in the game to really attract long-term play is to give you more things to do once you've done the things that are already in the game today. So let's see. If you're looking for another game, I'd say that I really enjoyed kind of the gacha hero collector type things. The one that I would most highly recommend right now is Puzzle and Dragons. That was the one that I quit just before I started Raid, but I played it a good 3 or 4 years. It's a little past its prime. It's not like the top grossing one that it was for a long time, but it's a very solid gacha game. I've criticized Raid for being all strategy and no tactics. Puzzle and Dragons, I think, has a good combination there. That there are decisions for you to make in the middle of the dungeon. You can't just run them on auto battle. In addition to the decisions you're making around team building and what leaders you want to go for and some things like that. So that's one that I highly recommend, even though I'm not playing it anymore. What's next for me? I saw Hell Hades. The raid content creator is getting into Eternal Evolution, which looks like it is just in its infancy, just very recently launched. Um, so I picked up that one. I'll give it a shot. I've also been slightly playing Arknights, which is sort of a tower defense hero collector type game, which I'm enjoying quite a bit as well. Um, not sure if I'll be making any more content anytime soon. I started making raid content because I thought I had some advice that was worth giving. I'm not expert enough in any other games right now that I feel like I should be telling other players what they should do. But I might turn this channel into some content for other games if I get to that point. Um, so anyway, thank you to the raid community for a good 11 months playing this game. Thanks to my clan, thanks to the other content creators for really keeping me engaged in this game for a while. I'm sure many of you will stay engaged in the game for a while, but some of you might be in a similar spot to me. Anyway, that's about all I had to say about it. It's been a fun run. Thank you to viewers that supported me and told me that my content was worthwhile. That felt good, and so long for now.